Renderiq Pro is one of the most booked add-ons on Blender market, and this is for a good reason, because when it comes to rigging, it can save you so much time. Not only that you can create all kinds of skeletons very fast, you normally also get much better results with weighting your models to the skeleton, and it also has the best retargeting abilities I know for existing animations like mocap data. And that's why I want to show you today the easiest way to rig a basic model very fast and for what you have to pay attention for. So let's go. Basically, we have two ways of creating our skeleton. The simplest way is to use the Renderiq Pro Smart function, and I normally work with this one, but keep in mind this is only for human-like characters. For all kinds of other characters, you would first have to add an finished armature and then scale it afterwards. But now we will use the Smart function. So first of all, select all objects that are belonging to the character, and keep in mind that you have to select the main mesh at last. And then click on Get Selected Objects. Then we want the full body and OK. And now we come to the front view, and first of all we have to add the neck point. So it's here, I would say. Then we add the chin, then the shoulders. Normally I would set it a bit over the middle of the arm, then it works the best. You can also deactivate mirror if you want. Then we add the wrists, the spine root, and the ankles. It's here, I would say. Yeah, now we have to look how much fingers our character have. If it doesn't have fingers, then you can also deactivate it here. Normally you can leave the settings as they are. If the fingers are very thick or thin, then you can change it here. Also, you can crank up the precision if it doesn't work correctly, but normally the settings are working the best. So now we can just click on Go. Yeah, and here we have already our skeleton, and it looks pretty nice, I would say. Yeah, cool. Then we can go out of the edit mode, and then we we say match to rig. So first of all we select the objects again, and then our rig, and then we click on match to rig and just click on OK. Alright, and here we have our rig. But now if we click on our rig and want to move something, then as you can see the character is still not moving with the rig. And for that we first have to bind the mesh with the rig. And for that we go to the skin tab, and basically you have these two engines here. This engine you can only use if you bought an additional add-on. I will later explain for what it's useful. But first we will use the heat maps engine just to show you some common problems. The heat maps engine works basically like the Blender internal weighting method to bind characters, and it can give us some problems but also have some advantages on some parts of the body. So I want to show you both engines and also how you can combine them. So we start with the heat maps engine, and first of all we go out of pose mode, and then we select all objects that should be affected by the rig, and then the rig at last. And here we leave split parts activated. Normally it works best with it. Yeah, if your mesh is very high resolution, then you should also activate this checkbox, and you can leave the other settings as they are for now, and we just click on bind. And now we can already try it out by just going into the pose mode. And then if we move the arm, yeah, as you can see, it already works. Now we can also try it out with the fingers. And to see all controllers, we would first have to go to the object data properties, and under viewport display you can activate in front. Yeah, then we can see everything. And if we rotate it now, yeah, it seems to work fine. Perfect. All the fingers are separated from each other. Very nice. But now we come to the first problem. For example, if I go to the foot and then move it, as you can see, also the right foot moves with it a bit. And we also have some problems if we have different mesh layers that are joined together, like the star or the jacket or other things. And if I now want to move the head with the neck, as you can see, it doesn't really move as we wanted. And yeah, that's a common problem with the heat maps engine. And because of that, we will now also try out the other engine. But first of all, we have to unbind the mesh from the rig again. And we can do that by just going into the object mode again, then select all meshes we have bind, and then just click on unbind. Alright, then we also shift select the rig again, and we switch the engine to voxelized. And here, as you can already see, we have two different types. Normally I would leave it to type 2 because it works the best in most cases, but you can also try it out yourself, and sometimes type 1 works a little bit better. Yeah, what's the voxel resolution? Basically what the voxelized engine does, it handles the main mesh more like a simpler mesh and fuses everything together what is overlapping or close together, instead of handling the different mesh layers more separate. And with the voxel resolution you can set how detailed this simpler mesh should be that is used to bind the character with the rig. But normally I would leave it at 8, and then we just click on bind again. And here we go. So we can just now go into pose mode and then try it out again. Yeah, that works nice. Then the foot also works nice now. And also the head and neck is much better. But unfortunately, we now get another problem. If we go to the hand and want to move a finger, here for example, then as you can see, they are kind of joined together. And of course, we don't want that. We can counteract a bit with the voxel resolution, but that doesn't always work. So it's a common problem for the voxelized engine, because if the meshes are too close together, they are some kind of joined together because of the simpler proxy mesh, which was used for the binding. So what can we do in this case? Normally I would always work with the voxelized engine first, but if you then face some problems like here, you can do the following. As you can see, we have here a selected vertices only function. So what we can do is we use the heat maps engine for the hands and the voxelized engine for the rest of the body. That means we first have to unbind everything again. So we go into the object mode and then select our meshes. And now we can click on unbind. Now we go into the edit mode and we select all vertices except the vertices from the hands. Ctrl L. Here. And here. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, we also have to activate selected vertices only now. And then we go out of edit mode, shift select our rig again, and then we click on bind. And now we select the main mesh again, and then go into edit mode, and we select only the hands. And here we have to change the engine to heat maps, because this engine works best with the hands. And then we go back to object mode, shift select the rig again, and click on bind. Yes. Now we can try it out by going into the pose mode. And then we go to the fingers first. And here, if I move the fingers now, as you can see, they are separated very good from each other. Also the rest of the body should work now. Yes, perfect. And the foot also works. Yeah, so as you can see, it's pretty nice because we can use the heat maps engine for the hands, and for the rest of the body we use the voxelized engine. And so we have the best of both worlds. And that's basically what the third engine does. So if you buy the voxel heat diffuse skinning add-on, then it's some kind of combination of the heat maps and voxelized engine, and it even works a little better mostly. But yeah, you don't necessarily need it. Then we are done with this video, and in the next video I will show you how I normally rig the faces of my characters. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and if so, then please leave a thumbs up or a comment below, and then I see you next time.